Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello students. I am Akil with third chapter of Beehive. The name of the chapter is The Little Girl. It has been written by Catherine Mansfield. In the story, we have the theme of fear, control, freedom, independence, acceptance, compassion, and change. The notable points or the highlights of the story are the narration of the story, how the writer has narrated the story, the supremacy of a father upon the family, how the little girl thinks of her father, how the other characters take this. The first climax is the incident of making pincushion and the comparison she makes when she sees neighbors' children playing with their father. And the second climax is when she has a nightmare and she sees love in his father's heart for her. And now her feelings are totally changed. First of all, we will talk about the narration of the story. We see different stories have been narrated in different forms. Some are narrated in first person point of view, some in second, and some in third. This story has been narrated in third person point of view, and the narrator in this story is unknown. And another thing we find here is an incomplete characterization. That means we do not know about the age of the main character Kezia, and there are some more information that are unknown about other characters. But yet the story depicts its theme very effectively. The theme is the relationship between girl and her father. And the idea that the story gives to us is that fathers are too tired and too busy to give time to their children. In the beginning of the story, we see that father has a supremacy over the family. He is like a dictator there. He wants everything he needs. His mother brings him the newspaper. The little girl takes off his shoes. He wants his tea in the bedroom. Through all these things, his personality appears to be of a dictator or a tyrant. Now we see what is the effect of his personality upon the little girl. She is very much afraid of him. She doesn't have a close bond with him. She always stutters talking with him. She thinks him if he is like a giant. She always finds him indifferent to her. She wants to come closer to him, but she thinks or she sees as if he is not interested in her. And she wants to go near, but she is unsure how he might treat her. Now we will talk about the other characters, how they think of the situation. They have accepted the supremacy of the father. Grandmother asked the little girl to get along with her parents. She asked her to make a pincushion for the birthday of her father. So it seems that they are used to with the situation. They are used to with his rudeness. Perhaps they know his uh, tiredness. They know that he is tired of work and he needs rest. And all this situation is usual for them. But it is very hard for the little girl to understand why her father is so rude to her. And the first climax in the story comes when the incident of pincushion making happens. Kezia makes a pincushion to give her father on his birthday. On finding nothing to fill in it, she goes to her mother's room and finds some papers. She tears down them and fills them in the pincushion and stitches up. In fact, it was an important speech of her father. When he found when he found out the incident, he whipped her with a ruler. She was extremely hurt. She thought, what did God make fathers for? Her grandmother consoled her and asked her to go to sleep and that she would forget it in the morning. But she could not forget the incident. One day, when Kezia sees out of the window that the neighbor's children are playing with their father and they are laughing and enjoying, it convinced her that all the fathers were not alike. Here, the point of view of the writer comes that a father who plays with their children is closer to them than the others are. Then the second climax of the story comes when once the mother and the grandma were not at home and Kezia had a nightmare. Then her father came to her room and took her to his bedroom, and that was the time when he showed his love for the first time. From this incident, her feelings about her father were utterly changed. When he asked her to get her feet warm by rubbing with his legs, she got to know that he understood her needs. Now she was feeling sorry for him because she had made him do more hard work in making that speech again. She was thinking how poor father he is. He is not so big as she was thinking of him. She had thought about him being a giant, but he was not so. What a big heart you have got, father dear. These are the compliments of the girl for her father now that she had got that he loves her very much.